In 2012, researchers in Japan sought out to study, I guess, the role that compliments play in how we do things in this world. And they found an incredible thing. Not only do compliments enhance performance, but they light up the exact same point in the brain that lights up when you get a reward of money or a financial reward. Their lead researcher, a man by the name of Professor Norihiro Sadato, said, "To the brain, receiving a compliment is as much as a social reward as being rewarded money." So the very notion that paying someone a compliment is similar to paying money can actually be read in this week's parsha regarding the episode of the daughters of Tzlofchad. Towards the end of the parsha, we're dealing with this situation where the daughters of Tzlofchad, whose father has died, come to the great Moshe and say, listen, just because our dad's died doesn't mean we shouldn't have a portion in the land of Israel. We should be able to inherit. Why should it only be the men that inherit and not the boys, the daughters as well? And Moshe has to go and ask God because he doesn't know. Rashi says he doesn't know because nit alma mimenu halacha. He forgot the law that actually, if there are no sons, then the daughters can inherit. I saw the Rabbi Flag of YU point out to a completely different comment. He points us to a comment from Rabbi Baruch Epstein, who suggests something different. And this is what he says, that the concept of bribery, of shochad, applies not only to actual monetary payments, but even to a principle we have in Judaism known as shochad devarim, bribery through words. You cannot try and flatter a rabbinical judge dying with words. When the daughters of Tzlofchad said to Moshe, you know why we should get an inheritance? Because our dad, lo haya be'adat Korach. Our dad wasn't amongst the assembly of Korach who did terrible things to start rebelling against you and Aaron. Those words Moshe perceived as a hint, as a nuance of bribery of words. And therefore he removed himself from the case. I think the lesson is profound. That whether through compliments or other issues or other factors, all of us in the world, we all bring our own biases to every situation. And when we have our own biases, that affects how we judge people. I think, friends, so often bias leads us to jumping to the incorrect conclusions, the improper conclusions, the wrong conclusions about someone, and maybe thinking or speaking badly about them. So let's take 2 seconds just to pause and reflect. That even the great Moshe, the greatest leader that the Jewish people has ever known, recused himself from judgment because there was a hint of bias. And I think we should take that approach before we even consider criticizing other people in our inner circle, in our worlds, even if it's only just in our minds. Shabbat Shalom.